water's cold.
It's not cold.
It's
No
cold.
light. Some light.
It's still cold.
Some light is cold.
Don't listen to Pumpkin. The water's cold.
I'm laughing.
I'm in the washroom. I have to take a urine test. Urine pregnancy test. I'm just drinking water because I already used the washroom before I left. I'm just waiting until I need to go pee.
C'est qui va faire notre photo.
Mais toi, t'es pas là-dedans?
No.
No.
Because that's my party favor for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ouais, ça fait sens.
1, 2, 3, check.
Check.
I knew it! Congratulations! We're going to the Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally sitting down to share my labor and delivery story, the day that baby Malaika has come into this world. It was such a crazy, emotional, and unforgettable experience, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So let's sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's get into it. So let's rewind all the way back leading up to my labor. So originally my due date was November 19th, 2024, and baby girl had made her arrival November 16th, 2024. So just 3 days before her original due date. I was done working at the office at my job on November 1st, and then I had vacation days, and then I started my maternity leave on November 10th. Once I started my maternity leave, I was like patiently waiting to see, okay, when is baby girl gonna come? She could come any day, any moment. So I made sure that I did not have any plans. Anybody that wanted to see me, sorry, my baby could be born at any moment. I need to stay home. I need to be close to where my car is. From about week 36, I started drinking okra water every single day. I had my pineapple juice. I tried eating dates, but I found that dates were just way too sweet for me, so I just ate dates maybe 2 times and then that was it. I tried adding the peanut butter. I'm even a big fan of peanut butter in the first place, but that just didn't work out for me. So I didn't really eat the dates. I had the red raspberry leaf tea. I drank that twice a day, every single day. What else did I do? I had my medicine balls, so I was doing my little hip rotations and bouncing on the ball every single day, and I was going on walks daily as well. That's what I was doing leading up to my labor. Let's talk about the moment I knew that my labor was starting. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning on November 14th with my first contraction. It felt like period cramps at first. I'm like, whoa, this is feeling kind of intense. This is waking me up out of my sleep. So I'm trying to sleep it off, and It kept coming every 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just get up. Let me go bounce on my ball just in case, like, this is the real thing. Like, these are real contractions. So I got up. I left my room. I brought my medicine ball to the living room, and I was just bouncing on the ball for a little bit, and then like the sensation and the pressure kept happening every 10 minutes. And then I was just like, okay, I'm having contractions.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
So I downloaded a contractions app on my phone. I just searched one up on the Apple Store, and I was just timing it. They were between 7 to 10 minutes, and sometimes 7 to 14 minutes or 7 to 20 minutes, but I was through that the whole entire day. Now, those contractions were manageable. Like, I was able to walk, I was able to talk. But if you thought I was gonna go outside and walk for 2 hours, no, I can't do that. I tried to go to bed early to sleep it off just in case. Nothing happened. Baby didn't come on the 14th. Now, that's 24 hours. Now, let's go to November 15th at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm waking up to the same amount of pressure times 6. Like, it went from like here to like here real quick. I'm like, whoa, okay, now like it's getting uncomfortable to the point where I can't even sleep this off. Like, I have to get up and go to the other room and try to bounce on my ball. I tried to bounce on my ball, it hurt. These contractions were so bad on the 15th. I tried to use the washroom to pee. The amount of pressure, it hurt so much that I had to squat over the toilet to pee. Like, I couldn't sit down completely. That's how much pressure I was feeling. Like, it was hurting me so much. I tried eating. I tried sleeping. Nope. The pain was just it was so intense. And then again, my contractions were from, I believe they were from 5 to 7 minutes this time. Started again at 1 o'clock in the morning. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I called my midwife and I let her know, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Do I make my way to the birth center? Because originally I was supposed to give birth at the birth center, but there was a change of plans, and I'll get into it. So I call her, I let her know. She's just like, okay, based on how you're speaking to me on the phone and based on the amount of contractions that you're experiencing. She made me go through contractions over the phone with her just to see if it was time to go to the birth center. I'm talking to her. I'm in so much pain, and she's trying to make me talk through my contractions, and I can't. And she's telling me to breathe, and it's like, I'm in so much pain, and you're asking me to breathe, you're asking me to speak through them, and I don't want to do any of that.
So we don't have the capacity.
I'm in pain. Like, I'm in pain, you know? Like, I was starting to get irritated. She's just like, oh, you're not ready yet. You know, by the sound of it, your baby will probably be born over the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm like, wait. I already went through 24 hours of contractions, and I'm going through another. You want me to go through another 24 hours of contractions? She's not ready yet? But my body, the way I was feeling, felt like she was ready, but you're telling me that she's not ready yet? I was so upset, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. In order for me to go to the birth center, my contractions have to be 2 to 4 minutes apart. And I live like 45 minutes away from this birth center. It's all the way downtown. I'm all the way in West Side in Mississauga. So at that point, I was going to give birth in the car. If I have my contractions so close like that, you know? That was a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Boom. I tried eating. Couldn't do it. I tried to sleep it off. Couldn't do it. I'm trying to stay on all fours and breathe that way. I couldn't do it. My husband took the day off of work because it was just so intense, and it was just a little bit closer than the day before. So he's there. He's home just waiting for the green light for us to leave. And I wanted him close, but not that close. So it's like I'm going through my contractions, but then People keep asking me, hey, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? It's like people keep asking me questions while I'm going through this pain. Like, I don't want to talk. I'm in pain. Like, I really don't want to talk. I'm in pain, you know? So he was in the other room while I was just like going through my contractions, and I just felt myself getting really irritated that whole entire day. I'm drinking body armor. I'm throwing up. Like, I'm throwing up so much. On the 15th, everything that I ate and drank, I threw up. Baby girl didn't want nothing. Baby girl did not want nothing. I had no energy because I had no sleep the night before. I had little cat naps here and there. And then today, the 15th, I'm trying to have energy by eating something. And I can't. Nothing is staying in my belly. Everything is coming out. Labor is still really intense. I'm still very irritated. I don't want to talk to no one. I don't want to look at no one. Like, this is the type of pain that I've never experienced in my whole entire life. I thought period cramps were bad back in high school. Like, I thought they were the worst thing ever. But this was period cramps times 50. Like, this was like, I felt like I was having period cramps. I felt like I was getting stabbed in the lower belly. Like, I felt like my bones were shifting. I felt like I couldn't feel my lower back. Like, it was just too much going on at the same time for too long. Now we're up to 48 hours of intense labor. I'm calling my midwife again. At 11 p.m., the contractions are still really bad, but they're still between 3 to 6 minutes. So it wasn't enough for my midwife to send me to the birth center. Tell my husband that, listen, I know that I said I wanted to do a water birth. I know that I said I'm going to try and prolong the labor as much as I can, but it's been almost 48 hours and there's no progress. My water hasn't broken. I haven't lost my mucus plug. I don't know what's going on. I'm in too much pain. I can't rest. I can't eat. I can't even pee without being in pain. No, I'm like, enough is enough. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not as mentally strong as I thought I was, but I'm going to the hospital. I'm like, I'm getting the epidural. Conscious decision to get the epidural that day, even though it was my plan and I had everything planned out to have a water birth. And when they tell you that, you know, you can have everything planned out and then all that's just going to be thrown out of the window, it's so true. Like, I had everything planned out of how I wanted my labor and delivery to go, and everything was the complete opposite. So you can plan all you want, but just have an open mind that it might not turn out how you plan. I know I said I was against the epidural. I want to have this natural birth. I wanted to feel everything in the water. But because we're over 48 hours now, I still haven't broken my water. And I still haven't lost my mucus plug. No. And the contractions aren't good enough for my midwife? No. I'm not going through another 24 hours in intense pain like that with no rest. It would have been different if I went through the 24 hours of labor and I was able to rest. Sure, I could do it. But because I was so mentally and physically drained, I couldn't do it anymore. So I called my mom. I let her know what was going on. And I told her that, hey, my midwife said that it's not time for me to go to the birth center yet to do my water birth. Like, what do you think I should do? Because I've been in this much pain since 1 o'clock in the morning. We're now almost Saturday morning. What should I do? My mom was just like, I don't know why you're going through all of this. Take your ass to the hospital. I don't know why you're going through all of this pain. Take your ass to the hospital, please. Take your ass to the hospital. So then I told my husband, I'm like, I'm going to the hospital. Like, it's unfortunate. I'm just going to have to do a water birth. Maybe with the next child. We will see. My younger sister was in town during that week because she wanted to see me, but I kept canceling just because I didn't feel comfortable leaving my home. I'm experiencing all these contractions and stuff, and then I have to like Uber home. I didn't want to go through all of that. She was staying in the area, which I'm super grateful and thankful that she was around. So now it is midnight. and we're on our way to the hospital. To ask me if I vlogged anything, no. There's not a clip of me on my way to the hospital, of me arriving to the hospital. I did not dress up cute. I did not even do my hair. When I tell you I was so over it and I was in so much pain, I just wanted to go to the hospital and be in the hospital bed. All I did was do a little bit of skincare, brush my teeth, get my stuff, and then dip. That was it. And now looking back, I kind of regret that I should have taken a little bit more time to get myself done up. Because I'm looking at the pictures. I'm looking back at the hospital pictures. I just looked a hot mess. And unfortunately, those are my birthing pictures. And, you know, I'll do better next time. We're on our way to the hospital. And you know what's crazy? On the way to the hospital, it was as if my body knew that I was on my way to the hospital because my contractions were a little bit more manageable. I called my midwife and let her know that, hey, I don't want to do the water birth anymore. I would like to go to the hospital, please. And I would like to get the epidural. My midwife was like, okay, if this is what you want to do, let's do this. I'll meet you at the hospital. Meet me here and I'll be waiting for you. Bam, bam, bam. And shout out to my midwife. She's incredible. She really helped me with my pregnancy journey. Like, she really made it worthwhile. She was an angel. And she will be my midwife for my next child if I'm blessed with one. I keep hearing horror stories about epidural, and because I was in so much pain, I was just like, you know what? I'm praying to God that that's not my experience. I'm gonna have a wonderful experience and everything's gonna go well. All glory to God that everything did go well with the epidural. Like, my lower back is a little bit sensitive here and there, but it's nothing like completely drastic. So we got to the hospital at around, I would say 12:35 a.m. We checked in. At this point, I was already 4 centimeters dilated. That's what my midwife told me. I got the epidural, and then she also gave me the Pitocin just to help speed up the labor so that I can push baby girl. And what I liked about the epidural is that there was like this little remote that I can press every time that I felt like the epidural was just getting a little bit lower and I was feeling my contractions more. I could always like press the button to re-up the epidural, which was, I really appreciated, because I did press the button a few times because I'm like, I'm not trying to feel no contractions. I'm not trying to feel nothing. It took about 20 minutes to kick in, and girl, I could not feel anything from the waist down. You can ask me to wiggle my toes, ask me to lift up my leg, I can do nothing. I did have to empty out my bladder before epidural. That I got it, I'm like, give me the epidural anytime. If I'm going through more than 24 hours of labor, give me the epidural, please. Yeah. I'm not joking. Like, I'm not joking. I'm being so serious. Give me the epidural, please. FYI, baby girl is taking a nap right now. That's why you're not hearing her, you're not seeing her. Yeah, she told me to get plenty of rest because I'll need energy to start pushing in a few hours. Put this monitor on your belly so that they can hear the baby's heartbeat. I try to find any comfortable position to fall asleep on the hospital bed. First of all, I forgot my pillow. That hospital pillow was so flat. I completely forgot my hospital pillow. I forgot a few things and I should have been a little bit more prepared. But don't forget pillow. I can sleep at all. The whole time, I think I probably shut my eyes for 2 minutes. I'm trying to sleep like this because the bed was kind of like on an angle, and I'm trying to see if I can sleep like this. Can do it. I tried to go on my sides. Can do it. I tried to go completely flat. It's sounding the alarm, so I'm just like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna stay up then. My midwife broke my water. I lost my mucus plug. She checked how many centimeters dilated I was, and at that time I believe I was 6 centimeters dilated. So then we had to wait a few more hours. She checked me again, and then I was 10 centimeters dilated. And she's like, okay, now it's time to start pushing. I asked my sister to kindly like leave the hospital room just because I just wanted my husband to be in the delivery room with me, just because it's such an intimate moment. I just wanted us to experience it together alone. So she waited outside. Then my second eldest sister. She waited outside the delivery room. If you're wondering where my mom was, my mom lives in Ottawa. She stayed up with my grandma all night and prayed for me. I appreciate those prayers because it was an experience. That was an experience. Childbirth is an experience. And I appreciate, you know, the women in my life that helped me transition into motherhood. This is where things got real. After hours of labor, I was finally fully dilated. I did my okra water. I did my cranberry juice. I did my pineapple juice. I did my walking. I did my curb walking. I did my ball bouncing. You're not gonna hear, I only pushed twice and my baby came out. Or I sneezed and my baby came out. Or I pushed for 10 minutes and then my baby came out. No, this is not the story. You're not gonna hear that here. First of all, I was already against pushing on my back. That was one reason why I didn't want to do a hospital birth, because I did not want to push on my back. Girl, you're on your back and you already have all this pressure of your pregnant belly and the baby. I want you to crunch, doing a crunch, and you want me to push in this position, and it's supposed to be comfortable. Already, I feel like when I'm on my back with my big belly at 39 weeks, my chest is up to my throat. I feel like I can't breathe. It's unfortunate I had to push on my back. That's why I went to do the water birth, just because it's easier to give birth in a squatting position. I feel like I should have advocated for myself a little bit more. I wanted to push on my, you know, maybe on my side or maybe on a squat, but I did not want to push on my back at all. I really did not want to do that. But it's unfortunate I did. In total, I pushed for 45 minutes because I found out that baby girl was stuck in my birth canal. It took even longer for her to come out. I think if she wasn't stuck in my birth canal, she would have came out a lot earlier. The girl was stuck. Now, I kept pushing. I was out of breath. Mind you, I haven't slept in over 50 hours almost, you know?
I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I've only been doing this for 2 fucking days. Like shit. Give me a fucking break.
No sleep, food in me, like running on seeing my daughter. For that, I don't know where would get the energy from. Like, I honestly don't know where the energy came from. I'm pushing. They tell me to push. I'm like, okay, I need to drink something. I need to drink some water. My mouth is feeling dry from pushing. I'm trying to push with all my might. Like, I'm pushing. I'm checking the time to see, like, how long it's been. And they keep saying, oh, she's almost there, but not quite. And you have to push through every contraction. So they ordered the epidural so that I can feel my contractions and push when I feel my contractions. Time's going by. She mentioned, you know, if we go over 2 hours and there's still no progress, we'll have to use like a vacuum or the forceps. The forceps? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no. I can't have my child come out with like a long head because they use the vacuums. Like, no. So I'm like, okay, let me keep pushing, you know? And right before she was born, I felt like throwing up. So I'm like, guys, I need to throw up. And they're like, okay, we're gonna have a little bucket for you on the side, but you have to keep pushing. I'm pushing. Oh, another thing. Because I have the epidural, and I can't feel my legs, and I can't feel my hips, they're telling me to push, but I don't know if I'm actually pushing. They're like, push like you need a poo. I can't feel myself pushing. I can't feel myself needing to poo. I can't feel anything. So I'm just trying to push, but I don't know if I'm actually pushing. That's another reason why it took so long, is because I felt like I didn't know if I was pushing or not. It didn't feel like it to me. I'm pushing. I feel like throwing up. I'm pushing. I'm holding onto my legs too. My husband's holding onto one of my legs. The other midwife is on the other leg. And then my midwife has both her hands in my vagine, spread wide open, and trying to get my daughter out. My eyes are closed. I pushed. I don't hear nobody saying anything. I'm like, okay, is everything okay? All I feel is wetness on my chest. I open my eyes like, wait, what's going on? And then I see the most beautiful and the most precious gift I could ever receive. I see the most beautiful angel just on my chest. Wet but very warm. And as soon as she's laid onto my chest, I'm like, wait, my baby's here? Like, I just pushed my baby out. Like, Malika has joined us Earthside. Like, she's actually here. And I just started bawling my eyes out. I'm emotional because I didn't get to see them pulling her out because my eyes were closed. All I felt was like the body on my chest. Emotional because like she's finally here. I have my heart in human form on my chest. And I started crying and my baby was born. I'm born at 9:48 a.m. I believe my husband's born at 9:05 a.m. Like, she was born at 9 o'clock. It's so crazy that we were all born at 9 o'clock in the morning. And she's here. She's perfect. Now, because she was stuck in my birth canal, her head shape was a little bit crooked. But all that has been fixed. She barely cried. She barely cried when she came out. I regret not vlogging my delivery. Like, I really regret not doing that. I was just so out of it. I was so mentally checked out that I regret that I can't look back. I don't have those moments filmed. I have a few pictures here and there. Not enough pictures. But what I do have, I will cherish forever. And I can't thank my sisters enough for taking the videos that they took. My baby's here. And she's perfect. She came out looking more like, she looked a little bit like me, my younger sister, and my mom. But now she looks completely like her father. I don't know what happened, but baby girl looks like just like her daddy now. So, I'm in love. Like, honestly, I would do it all over again for her. 100%. I would do it all over again for her. I would go through every single contraction for her. Every hip pain. Like, I would go through all of that for her. Now, after she was born and they placed her on my chest, I did do skin to skin with her immediately. I asked for them to delay the cord clamping. So they waited until it was white and it stopped pulsating. And then I asked for my husband to cut the umbilical cord. He was going to cut it regardless because... And he was so in love when he first saw her too. We were both so in love. Because she was stuck in my canal, I did get a little bit of stitches. It was as big as like a paper cut. They wanted to prevent me from having any infection, so they did sew me up a little bit. So while they were sewing me up, she was on my chest. They pressed on my stomach to remove the placenta, but my umbilical cord was not that long. She pressed on my stomach. It did hurt. She pressed on my stomach and pulled on the cord at the same time, and then whoop, all I felt was like this slimy thing just come out of me, and there was my placenta. The placenta is currently in my sister's freezer. I know they want to plant a tree with it. I asked them not to put the ointment on her eyes. Before that, let me rewind. Here we're doing skin to skin. Baby girl was lifting her head up from side to side, holding her head up, holding her neck up. I'm like, oh my goodness. You just got here and you're already curious. You want to see what's going on. Her eyes were big and bright and looking at everything. Like, she just wanted to take everything in. She was very calm, very quiet baby, very chill. She did not cry. The only time she cried was when she got her vaccines. And she cried for maybe like 30 seconds. And every time I look back at that video, I start tearing up because it's like the cutest little cry. But my baby's also in pain. And it's just like, I'm in love with this girl. Like, I'm honestly, I can't believe I made something so beautiful. What I've learned from this experience is that you can have it all planned out, but just know that it won't all go according to plan. So just have an open mind that, you know, things might turn left. You have a plan A, but just prepare for plan B just in case, you know? And that's okay. As long as you're healthy, as long as your baby's healthy, and you guys are doing great, that's what matters. Just go there with an open heart and an open mind, and everything will be great. Advocate for yourself, please. Please, please, please advocate for yourself. If you feel like something's wrong, if you don't like how something's going, please advocate for yourself. You don't want to regret not advocating for yourself. I will make a separate video about my breastfeeding journey. I will make a separate video of my postpartum so far. Separate video of, you know, my weight loss journey, because we just have so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about. But yeah, I'm in love with my baby. I'm in love. Do I want more children? Sure. Not anytime soon though. Not anytime soon. Like, I just want to take the time to enjoy my child and grow with her. And then when the time comes for the next one, I'll start preparing for the next one. But for now, nah. Nada. No. Not happening whatsoever. That was my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my experience. Another piece of advice, try to document as much as possible, because you might regret not having the footage to look back on, you know? Film you going to the hospital, you getting ready, you going through your contractions. Me, because I was in so much pain, I did not want to be spoken to, first of all. And to think that I would want a camera all up in my face. But I regret not doing that. See? Could have shown my daughter all that footage when she gets older. And I don't have any of that. So please, please, please capture moments. Don't be like me. Please don't be like me. Just do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.